Have you ever felt like you were going crazy in your own relationship? Like you were doubting your own perceptions, you're doubting like what actually happened, you're doubting your memories about an event or something that he said or that he did. Do you feel crazy? And sometimes you're in a spot where he's playing mind games with you. And it steps into the world not just of lying, not just of saying he didn't do that, but stepping into the world of making you doubt your reality, which is gaslighting. You might be experiencing this toxic manipulation tactic, oftentimes employed by narcissistic abusers, called gaslighting. And today we're going to explore some aspects of this, of how to be able to see it, what it is, how to recognize it, and talk through some examples of what this actually looks like in your life and in your relationship. And if you're new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist on this channel to provide awareness of narcissistic abuse. I try to break down different instances, examples from my own life, from my own illustrations of being able to say, hey, this is what's going on, so that you can wake up and start to move forward in your healing process. If you're at the point where you want to move forward and heal, please reach out. Go to rawmotivations.com. Would love to be able to talk to you and help you move forward from there. Would love to be able to help you get liberated from the abuse and the trauma bond that you're currently suffering from and stuck in. So let's dive in and talk through gaslighting. What is gaslighting? One of the ways that I describe it is gaslighting is you believing an alternate version of reality. Now, what I mean by that is you're not just moving into a VR world. You're not just moving into something that's absolutely crazy. You're starting to believe a different version of something that happened from a toxic person because he's oftentimes making you feel like what you saw or what you remember wasn't true. So when we talk about this like web of deception, of gaslighting, we're stepping past the realm of just lying into another aspect of it. So if you consider it this way, you can consider like lying and then lying 2.0, which will be gaslighting. And so gaslighting is this psychological manipulation tactic, oftentimes used by narcissists to make you doubt your own reality. Like it involves distorting the actual facts of a situation. Like you won't know what's real because he's already distorted. He's already changed the facts. And you're like, wait a second, I thought this was true. And he's like, no, that's not true. This is what happened. And it starts to make you believe something that's not even true. And so it's not just lying of like this did or didn't happen. It's trying to make you believe or doubt yourself. And it makes you start to doubt your own reality, your perception, your own memory, your own eyesight, your own hearing of like, wait a second, did I actually hear him say that? Or is that just me imagining it? Maybe I was just, worked up. And so I didn't actually hear it the way I thought I heard it because he's telling me how I should hear it. You see, there's a difference that actually happens moving into another level of lies where it's not just lying to you, but it's saying, hey, you actually need to work on you because something's wrong with your hearing, with your eyesight, with your memory. Like you just have a bad memory. How many of you watching this video right now would say, hey, I have a bad memory, like type in me? Some of that is 100% true because of trauma. The other half of it is not true. It's just been projected onto you and you believe it over a period of time because the narcissist told you that. It's wild, but the words have such a huge effect on you. It will change what's actually going on in your mindset. So a lot of times it'll be distorting the facts. I mentioned that. Denying events, denying things that actually even happened, and making you feel like you're losing a grip on reality. You're losing a grip on your sanity. You're like, I don't even know what's real anymore. Oftentimes you're struggling with this anyways with narcissistic personality disorder because of the cognitive dissonance. Do I believe that he loves me or do I believe that he hates me? Because his actions show that he hates me, but he keeps saying that he loves me, produces this cognitive dissonance. I don't know what to believe. Same kind of aspect with gaslighting. And so he'll tell you, like, believe me, I love you when he's hitting you. And so like there's a huge disconnect that happens where he's trying to change your perception. So we need to be able to understand it, but then we also need to recognize it in the relationship. Like you need to be able to see what are some of the red flags when this is actually happening. How do I actually see this happening in my own relationship to know this is a problem? Because gaslighting, just like anything else, when we talk about narcissistic behavior, is typically subtle. It's really small and is slowly inserting into your life with these small lies, with these small things that start to change your reality. They might just come across at first like really innocent seeming statements, like you're too sensitive or you're overreacting. And sometimes a narcissist is starting to do this to project your own reality onto you, like making you feel like you're angry when you're not angry, but he's telling you that you're angry, so you must be angry. And you start to play these mental mind games with yourself of like, well, maybe I am. Maybe I do feel this way. when oftentimes a narcissist is trying to project his emotions onto you. Over time, it escalates into more direct tactics, such as just the outright denial of things that actually happened, like him not even admitting that anything happened, but then him telling you that you still saw it wrong. That not just that you're overreacting, but like you don't even know what you're talking about. Like you didn't even see that. And we've seen that from narcissists wrecking his car and blaming it on chickens. And we've seen that from narcissists being in the car with a new supply, with someone he was cheating with, and him completely gaslighting the wife. To narcissists gaslighting the wife of like what he actually said in the moment. She played it back on the recording. And he was like, that wasn't me. Like so many different things, like denying the reality that you just experienced. And when this happens over and over, you start to question, am I going crazy? Because it feels like that. Okay. The hard part is when you confront this person about a hurtful comment, something like that, he might insist that he never even said it. Okay. Just a sign of, wait a second, gaslighting. When you start seeing stuff that you're like, this is real, he just told me it's not real, red flag. Okay, so start noticing and acknowledging when that happens, and you start writing this stuff down. You start marking it down someplace so that you can keep yourself grounded, because otherwise he's going to start changing your reality. You'll be completely lost. You'll be completely isolated with a toxic person that is literally descripting and telling you what your reality is supposed to be. Okay, so let's talk through different aspects of just like shedding light into the darkness of gaslighting. And so when we talk about this, think about this. You might have, maybe your spouse like constantly flirts with other people, flirts with waitresses, flirts with people around him, and he does it in front of you. And he'll do this, and then he'll turn to you and be like, you're sensitive when you say something. Be like, you're really jealous. Like, I'm with you. Like, why would I be flirting with them? And so you see it, you actively see it or hear it, and you see him flirting, but then he's like, what are you talking about? Like, you're too sensitive. Like, that's overreacting. He gets to the place where he's denying it. He's like, no, I'm not. Like, that was flirting. Like, that wasn't even close. Like, you have no clue what you're talking about. It's starting to degrade and put you down. And it starts to leave you doubting your own perception and make you feel irrational. There's a client that I worked with a while back where she had a recording on her iPad of the security camera of them having this argument. And they had this argument, and he said these words to her. And she was like, I can't believe you said that. He was like, never said that. She played the recording for him, and he was like, nope, didn't say that. That wasn't me. And she's like, that's you standing there. And he's like, nope. And he had so much confidence that over a period of time, she started to doubt herself that he even said that. She had to take the recording and play it to other people for other people to validate what she was actually hearing, because she wasn't sure if she could trust or believe herself because of how much he had influenced her to not believe herself anymore. Do you see what this does? Like, this impacts so much. This ends up having a giant emotional toll on you, impacting you exceptionally. Okay, it creates this severe emotional toll on the victims where it completely erodes self-esteem, takes away all of your self-confidence. It builds this piece of like self-doubt. It makes you feel like you're questioning everything and you can't make a decision even on your own. Oftentimes it will step people into a dark place of anxiety, of depression, of not knowing what to do, to how to move forward, of not knowing what to believe. So understanding the impact that it has, it's crucial for you to actually break free from this. Now, how do we start breaking you free? I need you to regain your clarity, and part of that is understanding the facts of the situation. This is why sometimes you have to go and you have to write it down. You have to be able to say, okay, what actually happened? I said this, he said this. I recorded this so I could make sure I understood what I said, but he said I didn't say it, and vice versa. So a lot of times we have to walk people through what are the facts of the situation. They're like, well, he said this. And I'm like, nope, that doesn't matter. What did he do? What did he demonstrate? What did he actually show? What is the actual evidence? Words are not evidence. Words are just a person's version of reality, a person's truth. The evidence is what is actually demonstrated, what is actually shown. So for instance, it's one thing to be able to say, hey, I have a great relationship with my wife. It's another thing to be able to demonstrate it as we interact with other couples, as we lead our family, as we go on trips and vacations, as we actually connect on weekly date nights. Those are all pieces of demonstration of like, hey, we are engaged more than we've ever been. But you have to be able to demonstrate that. If he's not demonstrating it, then there is no foundation for you to be able to move forward in a healthy relationship. Gaslighting is going to continue to change your reality. It's going to continue to make you feel and see something that's not true. So I need you to understand we have to ground you back to the facts. The actual facts of the situation are the only thing that's going to set you free. Not his words, but what is actually demonstrated. Then we need to look and understand, hey, these are the facts. What are you actually telling yourself about these facts? Your mind will start to discount them right away. It'll start to be like, that's not true. It's not that big of a deal. You need to actually struggle with this and be like, okay, what have I been telling myself? Because these facts say this. So I need to actually focus on what is actually real. And from there, start to move forward to rewire the mindset of like, what do I need to believe that's actually true based on the facts? Not my own perception, not my own reality, not what he said, because he's already skewed that up so much, it's hard to be able to see what's real. If I can help you with this in more of an accelerated way, go to rawmotivations.com. Click on the one-on-ones. Would love to help you move forward in your healing process. If you're at the place where you're ready just to jump in, escapetoxicity.com. You can go to the 7-day challenge for $7 to have you start moving forward in your healing so you can actually be liberated, be free from the toxicity that's currently controlling you. Y'all have a blessed day.